I was born a daredevil. When I was 3, I would climb on furniture and jump off. The danger didn't scare me. It thrilled me, but it was never high enough. Why do I want to go to the Olympics? Because you can't get any higher than that. Shawn Johnson, Gymnastics.
We are back at the Wachovia Center in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Night 1 of the Olympic trials in moments. Chelsea Memel just tries to keep the impression going. She's been so great at the Nationals and so far here in these Olympic trials. I can tell you that Jana Bieger delivered big on the bars, 15.65, and Alicia Sacramone did the same on the beam. Here are the standings after 2 rotations. We're at the halfway point here on night 1, and so far it is a dreamy sequence for Chelsea Memel, because if it stays like this, long way to go. But if it ended like this tomorrow night, she would be guaranteed a spot on the Olympic team with Shawn Johnson, and Nastia Liukin is going to the Olympic Games. That would mean there would be 3 spots left. Chelsea has certainly flipped things a little bit upside down at the Nationals and here in Philadelphia.
Yeah, she's in first. It's amazing. And, you know, I asked her, I said, so Chelsea, everybody has been just talking about Shawn and Nastia over and over again. But what about Chelsea? Are you in that mix? And she says, well, maybe not yet, but I plan to be. Step, she will be penalized not just for taking the step, but for going out of bounds. Probably be a 10th for both.
Can you imagine the United States could send a team to Beijing that has 2 all-around world champions and a 3rd who's won 9, equal to Shannon Miller, overall world championship gold medals as well.
I'll tell you what, she has been true to her word, because the big difference for me watching Chelsea come into this portion of the competition has been her fitness level. Endurance was a problem in Boston, but not here. That was easy for her.
And all throughout the Nationals, every day, she looked like she was getting better, getting stronger. She said that when she was so successful there, she said, I feel like I belong.
And she was extremely sure of every single tumbling landing. That's what was impressive in this routine.
This is where the only big problem occurred, because she has this step. With 1 foot out, it's a 10th. If both of them had stepped over the line, it would have been 3 tenths.
Very nice.
And that wasn't from a lack of energy.
She needs a little bit of a buffer, though, because she's going to vault, and it is not her strongest event. But, you know, I could see it. I could see it in her eyes that, you know, she was so happy with how things went in Boston at the Nationals. But I think she had it inside her head that she was going to surprise a lot of people, and not just the people in the stands, that she might surprise 2 named Nastia and Shawn.
She's been living above the line of 16 so far tonight. She gets a 15.3. Meanwhile, Shayla Worley needs to impress Marta Crowley every single chance she gets as she makes this attempt to overcome her injury. She is going to touch the bar in gymnastics terms and lay off it. She will vault. What does that do?
Well, you know what it comes down to is they know that she's injured. Well, actually, she's getting better. It's not so much that the injury is the problem. It's that she has not had enough time on the equipment to be able to perform to the level that she needs to.
Well, we all had a chance to meet the mom of Maddie Larson last night in the hotel. This is a family of great spirit. She comes to this event from Los Angeles, California. Is this her best event?
It's one of them. It's one of them. She's coached by legendary gymnast Arthur Acopian, world champion himself.
And although Maddie may lack a little international experience, she certainly doesn't lack any style.
Beautiful. Beautiful triple full.
That was fun.
Unfortunately, probably all she's thinking about is that step she took near the end.
Yeah, but a great exercise. What a great package. She just had beautiful execution in her tumbling, with the exception of the final tumbling pass, but great dance.
Yeah.
Mature.
She wasn't just doing the movements. It was like she was performing it. She felt the music, and that shows.
Always work on the setup. Don't worry about the
Now from the Hoosier State, Pittsboro, Indiana, Bridget Sloan. 15.6. She had a very good start on the uneven bars. What does she do that's special here?
Well, we said this earlier, that she has a lot of the qualities that you look for. She's a little bit taller of a gymnast, so she has a very nice line, but she's also extremely athletic, which doesn't happen all that often.
Bridget's been a little bit nervous in practice, and she has told us that the one area that she lacks is believing in herself. And she said, I'll tell you what, you can't let Marta Crowley see that, because she's really big in people believing in what they can do.
Yeah, she actually said that confidence doesn't come natural to me. When I was younger, I was always the one in the back of the room shaking at events like this. I really can't imagine, though, Bridget not getting an invitation to that selection camp. I talked to Marta, and she said that they were looking for 12 athletes. That's what they thought. Oh, and there's a
little things like this she's been doing all week long. Just looking a little bit tense.
And like I was saying, they're looking for 12 athletes. They could take more.
But this still shouldn't be an exercise that they should pass up. I don't think they can afford to do that. They need her.
A lot to smile about there for Bridget Sloan. I can tell you Maddie Larson's score on floor exercise was 15.25. If you want to see the most unique routine performed on beam in the entire world, stay with us to see what Nasia Lukin does on 4 inches.